All right, Coach, I know not the result you wanted today, but you do win the series. Just your overall thoughts on today and the weekend.
Yeah, it's hard to look past today because we go one game at a time. But huge for our program to get the series win, like you said. And in order for us to continue to keep winning in this conference, we have to make adjustments. We can't be doing the same thing the entire game.
How hard is it to sweep a team in any league?
Any conference, it's very difficult. However, our pitchers gave us a shot to do it. So I think that's going to be a big thing for the Knights. Is we got to make those adjustments offensively because you can't win without scoring a run. So, but our pitchers threw lights out, and I think that they all threw well enough to get 3 wins.
You only gave up 1 hit and then 3 walks, but that ended up being the difference.
Yeah, 1 hit in the first inning. And I think we double played. We got out of it with a double play, so it's tough. It's tough. Maybe second inning. Yeah, but that's the whole timely hitting. I think we had more runners on than they did, and just real tough.
You started Sona, went to Ange, and then Grace got you out of that bases loaded jam in the 4th. Was that by design? Did you go by committee? Was it just kind of how the game played out?
Yeah, I mean the plan was to, work to maybe the 2 pitchers that threw the 2 days before, and they all have good enough stuff. And usually in Game 3, when the bats get a little bit hotter, that's when you need a little different plan to quiet the bats down, and I think we did just that. We were planning on going 1 time through for each of them, and then getting to Sarah and Felton. So the pitchers did a great job today.
What do you hope your team learns about the margins being so tight in these games? A walk here, a hit batter, that can be the difference.
I think, because they're a great team. They're highly talented. It's just the emotional piece. I think being able to recover pitch to pitch is what we really need to focus on, so that those errors, like you talked about, the margin of errors, don't affect us so much, right? It doesn't become the walk. It maybe is just we got behind 2-1, and then we can come back because we're able to recover play. And so that's the thing, is our emotions get to us. Because they haven't been in these types of moments in the Big 12. They've still been in these types of moments in any game. And I think in any game, regardless of what conference you're in, bases are still 60 feet away. Pitcher's mound is still 43 feet away. So, and the ball is this little round yellow ball. So I think when we make it bigger than it is, that's the big thing. But yes, capitalizing and winning each pitch is going to be huge for us.
With a veteran lineup, did you expect that to be different, that composure?
Absolutely, because I've seen them do it, in years past. And I think where we're getting a little hiccup is we're allowing, okay, the next person will do it. Okay, the next person will do it, instead of just saying, no, I'm going to be the one. And so that needs to come about pretty quickly. So
that being said, there's probably going to be one team undefeated after the opening weekend in the Big 12 when it all plays out. That tells you the depth of this league. It's not hard to win a series in general, winning games in this league.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's not gonna get any easier as we go along. So I think in the next couple of weeks we're gonna face 1, 2, and 3 in the the nation. So it's not gonna get any easier, and I'm just hoping that they see that they're supposed to be here, and that they play loose, but they also play understanding how the game is supposed to be played.
Is there a part of you that's relieved now that, hey, we're just playing softball now after all the talk and build up of Big 12 this, Big 12 that? It's softball, like you said. It's just softball at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they've felt that pressure the entire year. Oh, we're supposed to be a Big 12 team. We're supposed to do these things. And I mean, we've been doing those things whenever conference we've been in. So not to take away from our conference, because our conference is the strongest softball conference out there. But I do believe that, again, the game doesn't know who's supposed to win, so we need to tell it.
The Jayhawks brought Casey Hamilton back out again today. Was there any difference between how you saw the team perform against her today versus on Friday?
Well, we didn't score, so that was the difference. But it's any great pitcher is going to be able to make an adjustment, and that's what I told them is that wasn't her game. I think to us, we kind of thought that was more of our bats, and I think it was our bats in combination with that wasn't one of her best games, and so. She had a 28-inning shutout streak, and then we put a blip in that and then gave her another 7. So she's a great pitcher, and great pitchers make adjustments. So do great hitters, and so that's what we need to do. And outside of 2 dribbling ground balls, we put every out in the air. Not going to outrun a fly ball.
Your defensive performance today. Just talk about the play at the plate.
Yeah. Just the throw, I think she was up against the fence over there on the ground and threw it. And our team can do a lot of things when they get out of their own way. So just huge for our pitchers to be able to pitch knowing, I think we had 1 or 2 strikeouts maybe the entire day. And so to get that many outs with the ball being put in play speaks to what our defense can do.
The defense for both teams was fantastic all weekend. I think that was another thing I think to learn from Big 12 is all these great athletes in this league defensively can cover a lot of ground and great plays from both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. It was some good softball for sure. I just think we can be better.
The experience you have, Clearwater, California, you mentioned what comes ahead now, another ranked opponent. How do you hope those experiences prepare your team for a weekend like that?
I hope they just realize that they've been there, they've done it, and to keep getting better pitch to pitch is what I hope they focus on.
You've talked about how you want 3 different arms out there for each of the different games. Candace might have not done that today, but you feel like that the way that you do it is more of a long-term situation, giving Sarah the rest so that way she could be fresher next week.
Yeah, we were going to go to Sarah regardless, and everyone in the nation knows we'll go to her. But yes, and again, in my heart, I felt it was going to be a low-scoring game, and so, even if we had Sarah out there, we still would have lost because we didn't score. So, but yes, I think at the end, keeping Sarah healthy and fresh, and not overthrowing her has always worked towards our advantage these last 3 or 4 years with any of our pitchers.
One more question. I think a team would be happy taking 2 out of 3, but it feels like that this series was there for a sweep.
Yeah, I'd feel better about it if we got beat instead of beating ourselves. So it was a game that we lost. We didn't get beat, and that's what I told them. I said, if we fought and did some things and they just took the game from us, that's one thing. But we didn't do any part of our game. Our game is speed, and we didn't get to see it a lot.
That's looking so hard, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.